What's up, America? Millennials, Generation X, and forward, listen up. We are in the middle of World War III right now, whether you understand this or not. Okay? And let me break it down for you. My dad said in a song a long time ago, you got to own the pie if you want your slice. And you cannot say that he's wrong. Because if you're not an entrepreneur or an owner, the owner of the business that brings you, your family, and yourself's income to sustain life for you, then you're most likely you are a slave. Whether you want to admit that or you don't want to admit that. But doctors and lawyers and a few others that I'm not naming, teachers, are do not apply to this. But everyone else, if you don't absolutely love your job, or you're not able to provide the things that you want, much less need in life, then you are enslaved, my friend. And people don't want to dream anymore. They want to hate people that do. And no one wants to admit it, because then they would have to admit that they have the feeling of envy because they see someone else dreaming, and their first, reptile brain wants to destroy that, because they think if someone else succeeds, that's going to take away their little spotlight, because that's how bleak life in America has gotten for people as of recent. Can't say I'm wrong. If you do, then you're just not even on the same realm here, and you're not worth speaking to, because it didn't used to be this way. And I'll give you this. It did not used to be that way. And to be fair, not that long ago. All the people that we probably learned from and got all of our knowledge about life did not experience what we are experiencing. They were able to go to a job and work at it for 60 years and have the big going away party and plaque on the wall, and they were celebrated and took care of, and they thrived, and they were prosperous, working for somebody else and helping them see through their dreams. That's not the case now. There's probably exceptions, but for the majority, that is not the baseline in America. And if you say it's not, you might as well just exit out the video right now. Okay? It's high time that we wake up to the fact that Great Grandpa Joe did his job. He answered the call when the knocks were at the door and the phone was ringing. He answered the call, and his great deeds led to prosperity and flourishing for generations to come. But through the erosion of time and corporate greed, his great deeds are now unrealized. And we're back right to where we were Black Tuesday in the Great Depression. But if World War II Americans can build the greatest economy, the most abundant conditions in human history ever known to man, then we cannot say that something is amiss now. Do you not see that history repeats itself? Look at how we were a couple years ago. Remind you of the boom with the stock markets before Black Tuesday, when everything went down suddenly? Didn't a similar thing just happen? Wasn't gas just like $1.75, and then all of a sudden $4 in groceries through the roof? Everything is on an incline in price. Jobs are not paying what's right. They're working you more, they're milking you for more and paying you less. It's time that we wake up, salute the flag, and carry the duty that we're supposed to. You can be mad at me for speaking the truth, because the truth teller gets hated. The truth teller gets put in handcuffs. The truth teller gets killed sometimes. But that's part of our duty if we want what's best and prosperous for ourselves and our families and future generations, just like our great-grandparents did. World War II and forward. It's our turn now. We are the soldiers. This is an information war, if not a real war. It's time to wake up, and it's time to start doing taking the steps and siding with the sides that we need to stand on, instead of siding with shallowness and pitted against each other when middle and lower class ought to be the best of friends. poverty and all the way up to upper middle class ought to be tight like this and scratching each other's backs, because we're not the enemy of each other. The very upper class and the 1% wants us to think that we are the enemy of each other because it benefits them. We're more easily controlled when we hate each other, because they provide a little bit of relief from having to be the pilot of our own lives. But they slowly convince us over time with corporate greed. It's a slow-moving cancer. They slowly convince us over time, and starve us out. I'd rather be hungry behind the steering wheel of my life. The phone's ringing and the door's knocking. I'm answering with shoulders back and chin up. What will you do?